What's up, Warrior? Welcome back to Daily Wisdom. If you've ever had any questions about how to become a masterful recruiter for your business, then today we're going to talk about the recruiting process. And whether you're network marketing or building a real estate business, online business, any type of organization, recruiting is the answer because if you want to scale your impact and scale your income, you're going to want to make sure that you understand how to always find better talent. So when it comes to recruiting, I'll let you know I would not start a good one. I thought I would never be a good recruiter. I remember when I first got into my network marketing business, I told my mentors I can train, I can talk about a product all day, but recruiting that just was not my thing. And I remember going up to my mentor one day, super frustrated. And this guy had produced billions of dollars in sales. And I told him, his name's Tim. I said, Tim, I just think recruiting's so hard. I can get customers all day, but recruiting, I don't know if I could do that. It's just not my thing. And he came back to me and very simply said, recruiting a teammate is just as simple as recruiting a customer. And I scratched my head. And I wonder if you've ever felt that way as well, too. Have you noticed there are some people in business that are just massive recruiters? And recruiting is important for any business because if you want to have more talent in your team, you have to find more good talent. He said, recruiting is simply the same process as getting a customer for your business. It's just you're showing a different type of presentation. And I thought to myself this, I'm like, huh? Really? So I took him on this challenge and I went on a recruiting spree. I actually ended up recruiting 20 people in 30 days into my network marketing business. Now I've done that multiple times, which seemed crazy, but it proved the fact that recruiting is a process. So if you're jotting down notes, I want you to understand a couple things about recruiting. Recruiting is not an event. It's not a one-time circumstance. It's not a one-time thing. Recruiting is not, hey, let me talk to somebody and boom, they're going to get started right on the spot. No, recruiting is a process. Let's take a look at the big corporate companies in the world. Corporate America, they have headhunters, they have recruiters. And when they recruit, and these are high paid positions because companies understand the need to recruit good talent, so everyone recruits. Most of the time, do people just get started after the first recruiting opportunity? Or does it take some follow-up and some process? It takes a process. How about military recruiting? Have you seen military recruiting on campuses? Do they recruit in one shot? Or is it a series of follow-ups and exposures? How about schools recruiting? Did anyone get recruited by schools? Schools are the biggest businesses in the world, some of the biggest businesses. How much do they market? How much do they promote? They bring you out for the day to have you experience it. Before I went to UC Berkeley, they brought us out for what's called Cal Day. And you would go there and you'd stay overnight and you experience the campus and the life and everything. You see, in anything, you have to understand recruiting is a process. It is not a one-time event. So if you start to understand that, you can get yourself out of your head and you can start to understand how this process works. So if you get that it's a process, then you just start playing the game. And what's the process? The process of recruiting is actually very simple. It is what my mentor Tim calls doing the pipeline. So if you want to have more recruits, do the pipeline more. What's the pipeline? The pipeline is the sales process that anything that is sold goes through. The same process that a date happens, the same process that a restaurant picks up a customer, the same process that happens for you and your business to get your next recruit. And what is that process? You have to have a contact. You have to know who you can talk to. You have to qualify them. You have to say, are they somebody that could be a viable candidate for this business? Then you have to invite them, set up an appointment for them to see some information. Then you have to present to them whatever the information is. And then there's a follow-up. Right? This could be for church, this could be school, this could be your network marketing business, this could be anything. There is a pipeline process that must be gone through. And for most people, they don't get started on the first spot. For most of your dream recruits, they don't get started day one. So if you understand that this is a process, that recruiting is not a one-time event, it allows you to remove the emotion from recruiting. Because let's be real, business can be emotional. Business is simple, but people are emotional. So what happens is we get into the mix and we start to prospect and we start to talk to them. They get excited and then they back out and then they're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? You're like, oh, this business thing don't work for me. No. That's just human nature. It's a process. So if you understand the game and you understand the process, then you just play it so that you can win. So what's the process? Here's a key number in business. In network marketing, this is very true, but I believe in many businesses, this is true. How do you get a recruit on board? You want to know a magic number, magic formula? 10 people, 10. 10 people looking at your presentation equals to one person getting started. 10 people seeing your presentation equals to one person getting started. And I'll tell you, when I first heard this number, it bothered me. I didn't want to look at things like a number. I didn't want to believe that it was so simple. Does anyone else notice that we kind of make things harder than they're supposed to be? And for me, if I'm to be real, I didn't want to believe that there was a number because I didn't want to believe that I had to do that type of work. Here's the truth. I'm a slacker, naturally. I'm lazy, naturally. I'm just being vulnerable with you. I'd rather it be that if I talk to one person gets started and I'm an overnight millionaire. Anyone else real with me? So I'd rather do the least amount of work for the max amount of gain. So when I heard that it took 10 presentations to get one, I'm like, that sounds like a lot of work. It's where do I find the people? How do I do it? Blah, blah, blah. But you know what I did this time that was different? I said, I'm going to make a decision and I'm going to say, let's just play this game right here. So I exposed 200 plus people in 30 days to the presentation. And you know what happened? 20 people got started. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. My friend says, where do I find the people has been the issue. You know, the issue is not finding the people. The issue is making the decision to find the people. My apologies for the laggy video, by the way. For some reason, that's slow right now. But the issue is not where you find the people. Tony Robbins says it's not about having the resources, it's about being resourceful. And the fact that you make a decision that you're going to do it, you will start finding the people. So guess what? I started to find the people. I'm not a popular guy, so I started going to Facebook groups. I started connecting. I started investigating things like social media. I started going through my phone list. But the decision was the hard part. The work was easy. And guess what? When I exposed 200 people to my business, 20 got started. Changed the game. And you follow through the process. So I realized it is true. Recruiting is not an event. It is a process. If you understand the game and then you play the game, you can win the game. And it's that simple. Now I can replicate that over and over and over again. And the reality is this, even though it sounds like it's more work, it's actually not, because it's a lot more thrilling. You're seeing that your dreams are coming true. You're seeing that you're impacting people. You're seeing that you're helping people. So it's important to understand the process. It's important to understand the game and just make a decision that you're going to play the game. And that's it. All right, Warriors. Well, hey, if this encouraged you, then like this, share this, subscribe to this for more. We're going through a whole series on mastering the art of recruiting. And if you're not a part of the Warrior movement and you're looking for some extra opportunities, you're looking for actual serious professional training, and you like this type of information, we give this plus so much more in our actual community. We help people build a specific business in health and wellness from their phones in a fun, simple, professional way. If you'd like some more information on that, fill out the link in the bio or the link in the caption. It says work with me, and I'd love to share with you some more information. But other than that, stay tuned. We're going to give you some more tips, more secrets to help you to be able to unlock your inner warrior, build a substantial business as well. But with that said, thanks for being on today. We'll see you on the next ones as we continue this series on mastering this art of recruiting. Other than that, Warriors out.